How long you been smoking?
Why you put me on pressure?
Because we gotta be on.
Did God create the black woman to get high? No, he didn't. So you gotta put that down, let it go.
Okay, I understand.
You understand? So just stick around and listen. You too, my brother. Stick around and listen.
So that's all we're saying, sis. We love you.
I understand. I love you guys too, and I understand. I really do.
First John, give me that First John. I want to show you we love you. First John.
Because like, just like you said, no father, that's like my father to me. Not like God, I'm not gonna say it's like God. But for mission, when your parents could have been there for you, I go to that, to talk to that. I talk to God, don't get it wrong. I'm not saying that's my idol, I'm not saying it's nothing.
I understand what you're saying.
But I don't got a mom, I don't got a dad I can go to, I don't got a grandma I can go to. I don't got no little sister I can go to. So I go to weed. I go.
Be sober. Be vigilant.
What would happen if you had an extra $1,000 in your pocket a month? How you doing, family? How you doing, family? We're talking about the heritage of the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We are the true biblical Israelites. Have you ever heard that? Or do you know what tribe you come from? Okay, we're gonna figure that out. So, when it comes to y'all, let me ask y'all all a question. Do you smoke weed? You smoke weed? You smoke weed? Okay. So, one of the reasons, let me ask you this before, go to 1 Peter. Why is it that God allowed our enemies to come against us? If we the children of God and we all know it, why did God allow our enemies to come against us and kill us and put us into slavery? Trials and tribulations. First, give me that Daniel 9:11.
Long suffering.
I'm gonna show you. Because he wasn't long suffering with the white man like that. Why didn't he have us put the white man in slavery then? You understand? So we're gonna deal with the weed situation, and we're gonna deal with this. Daniel 9:11. We're gonna show you why Israel was put into slavery. Read that. 1 second. Come on now. Read it.
Daniel chapter 9 and verse 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
So all the Israelites, the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, is your father a so-called African American? Well, guess what? That means you're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
You come from the same tribe as Christ.
Right.
Guess what? If you come from the same tribe as Christ, what you supposed to be acting like? You're supposed to be acting like you come from that tribe. You're supposed to be acting like a Jew. What was given to only the Jews? God's laws.
That's right.
Have we been keeping God's laws? God says, thou shalt not steal. What are we known for? Stealing. Thou shalt not kill. What are we known for? We're known for killing each other. That's even worse when a child of God is killing another child of God. God got to suffer twice now. Thou shalt not commit adultery. What nation makes more baby mamas and baby daddies than us? So God said what?
All Israel have transgressed thy law.
All Israel has transgressed thy law. Are we supposed to be smoking weed? We finna hit that next. Read. We broke God's laws. Read.
Even by departing.
We departed from God and followed other nations, and we followed other nations' gods. Christianity. Have y'all ever celebrated Christmas? Y'all followed other nations' gods. Have y'all ever celebrated birthdays? Y'all followed other nations' gods. Have y'all ever celebrated Passover? That's what you're supposed to be keeping.
That's
Have
right.
you ever kept the Feast of Dedication? That's what you're supposed to be keeping.
That's right.
So we have departed from God because of our sin. Read.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice.
Because we don't do nothing God say. We black people and Hispanic people don't do nothing God say, because guess what? Our feelings get in the way.
Right.
We want to do what we feel like in the moment.
That's right.
And that's why we filling up the prison systems.
That's right.
We want to feel, so we end up feeling the prison system. Read.
Therefore the curse is poured upon us.
What got poured upon us?
The curse is poured upon us.
The curse of what? Slavery, captivity,
Right.
being first fired, last hired,
Right.
being cursed in the city, cursed in the field,
That's right.
having all the banks run by our enemies. So
Right.
guess what? The Chinese man who didn't go through slavery, he'll
Right.
be able to come over here And guess what? First generation start a business.
That's
How
right.
the hell he come over here and first generation start a business?
That's right.
Second generation have wealth. Third generation now they running stuff.
Right.
But no education. But guess what? When it come to us, we've been here 400 years.
That's right.
We the ones who built Black Wall Street.
That's right.
You understand? We spend $2 trillion a year
That's right.
in America. But can't none of that money help us?
Right.
Because what did God put on us?
Therefore, the curse is poured upon us.
God cursed our finances.
Right.
He cursed our spirit.
Right.
He cursed our condition.
Right.
And guess what he cursed? Our families.
That's right.
Because that's how you build wealth.
Bring it out.
That's what my officer Nehemiah was saying to y'all. Y'all got to get married. When she's allowed to get married, y'all got to get married because guess what? Our families are cursed.
That's right.
Every aspect of our living situation is cursed. Read.
And the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
So all Black and Hispanic people's problems all come from one source, our sins. Following emotion and the flesh rather than the spirit. So now we're going to show you how to follow the spirit. Give me that in 1 Peter's. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. We got to show y'all how to get straight to the solution. Just like my brother Nehemiah was saying, we over here suffering because we keep choosing kryptonite rather than what's right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We keep choosing to make ourselves weaker by feeding the flesh rather than doing the things of the spirit that build us back to God.
That's right.
Read that.
Bring it out.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8.
Bring it
All
out.
you weed smokers. Now we're not here to condemn. We're here to bring you in. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Be sober, be vigilant.
What do you do? What's the first thing that you lose when you start smoking weed? Especially if it's some good weed. Or I can't say good, but I would say bad weed. First thing you lose is your sobriety. That's what you lose. Your eyes turn red. You start getting real slow, laughing at everything. But you don't realize that you in a war. The white man's still rolling over you. We still getting shot down in the street. No justice, no peace.
That's right.
What happened to Sandra Bland? What happened to Sandra Bland? Didn't she get killed in police captivity?
Yep.
She got killed, and then they had a nerve to, while she was already dead, have her eyes open a little bit and take a picture of her while she's dead to show that she's still alive.
Right.
We still in captivity.
Bring it out.
We still cursed, and guess what? We out here at war. So how are you high and at war at the same time? Because you don't know you at war. Why? Because you don't know who you are.
That's right.
Why? Because you can't recognize the signs.
That's
Why?
right.
Because you're not being diligent.
That's right.
You're not a warrior yet.
Right.
You got the potential, but you ain't there yet. Read.
Right.
Be sober.
Be sober. Because that's what warriors got to do, so that they can be able to watch out for their brother's back, watch out for their wife, watch out for their kids. Read. Come back, bro.
Be sober, be vigilant.
You got to be vigilant in order to be a soldier of God. In order to be able to see Satan's plots and devices before they get to you. You got to be sober to protect her. And guess what? The black man got 2 jobs. Black man got to protect himself. He got 3 jobs. He got to protect himself. He got to protect his wife. And he got to protect his wife from herself. Let me say that one more time. Black man got 3 jobs.
Bring it out.
He got to protect himself
Right.
by making sure he's in alignment with God.
Bring it out.
He got to protect his wife by making sure that she's in alignment with him.
That's right.
And he got to protect his wife from herself
Bring it out.
and her friends.
Right.
And all the foolishness that comes from the media.
That's right.
She's going to believe it first.
Right.
Then she's going to come to you with the foolishness second. And then she's going to disconnect you from God, which is what happened with Adam and Eve.
Right.
You understand? So you got a big job. You think you got time to be high? Hell no, you don't. How much you spend on weed in a month? You talking real low now.
I don't even know.
You don't even know? Roundabout. 500, 1,000, 1,200, about $1,000. You spend $1,000 on weed. How much she probably smoking yours, right? She probably you be smoking his. How much you spend on weed a month? 0? Because she be smoking yours. That's why you got to spend more, right? But guess what? Read that again.
Be sober, be vigilant.
What would happen if you had an extra $1,000 in your pocket a month? An extra $1,000, $1,200 in your pocket a month. Huh? You could actually get you a house Within,
That's why I know we don't have $1,000
you said you spend about $1,000 on weed a month, right?
I mean, like, if you adding it up all together, yeah, I do.
A month, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you spend it in increments. That's how Satan deceives you. He make it feel like it ain't much, but it adds up. How you doing, family? You smoke weed? Read.
Be sober. Be vigilant.
You gotta sober up, bro, because your money, the Lord done put a hole in your pocket, son. The Lord done put a hole in your pocket, and it's draining every month $1,000 worth.
Right.
How long you been smoking? Since 12. How old are you now? You 20? Oh, that's 8 years. So somebody get me 8. Well, oh my God. But let's find out. Let's do the math on that. All right. So we got 8 years, right? 8 years. And we got about $1,000 a month. So that's 12,000 times 8. Who got 12,000 times 8? That's almost $100,000. That's almost $100,000 that you have spent, wasted on weed. Now let me ask you this. Did that weed ever change your situation? Did it ever change anything? Or after when you got high, after you came back down, was your life still the same? Yeah. So it's clear to see that you wasted almost $100,000 of your earning of our $2 trillion $2 trillion a year that black people spend. You wasted almost 100,000 of that just on weed. That's a house.
Right.
That's a house to put her in, to put your kids in,
Right.
to put your family in. That's finance. That's land.
Right.
You understand? People who have houses now maybe never have touched a whole $100,000 in their pocket. You actually had that potential. But read that.
Be sober. Be vigilant.
But you wanted to feel good rather than being in a good position. We got to tap into that because there's something going on in the mind that's hurting you to the point where you're willing to spend $100,000 to run away from that feeling.
Right.
Rather than dealing with it the way God says. Read.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
He's hunting for you. And guess what he's doing? That lion is swiping your pockets and it's draining them out.
Right. Right.
Why? To keep you from this. Give me that in Deuteronomy 8:18. Guess what Satan is trying to keep you from doing? Because you already knew you was an Israelite. How long you know you was an Israelite? 8 months. 8 months, right? So he's been trying to keep you from reaching this point right here for a long time. And there's another point that you're about to meet, that you're about to reach, and Satan's going to come at you even harder. He's going to come at you through her. He's going to come at you through her family and your family. Hell, my family just came for me this weekend. I didn't even see it coming. But guess what? This is what Satan's trying to keep you from reaching. Read.
Deuteronomy 8 and verse 18. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
So God gave you power to get wealth. To do what? What was that $100,000 since the age of 12 that you had your hands on, that you gave up? What was that for? Read.
That he may establish his covenant.
That you may establish the Lord's covenant with that $100,000 of weed that you spent it on. With that $100,000, you were supposed to spend that money on the Lord's covenant, building with your people, getting yourself a house so that when a brother falls on hard times, he can roll with you for a little bit. You understand? Building with your family so that we can go ahead and get this building fund to be able to reach the people that's beyond in Africa who need socks and shoes and things like that. You're supposed to be able to help with that. Make sure you maintain your house. How you doing, sis? We talking about smoking weed. You smoke weed? You smoke weed. What does God feel about that? Okay, go back to it. Read that.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8.
See, people don't want to hear they sin because guess what? People don't want medicine because it tastes bitter when you taste it, right? But guess what? When you get the medicine, you feel better after. So you got to get past the bitter to get to the sweet. We're going to make you right. Read that.
1 Peter 5 and verse 8.
Uh-huh.
Be sober, be vigilant.
Did you know that our young brother right here, since he's been smoking since the age of 12? That's about 8 years because he's about 20 years old right now. He done spent about, since he was 12 up until now, about $100,000 on weed. That could have bought him a house. How long you been smoking?
Why you put me on Front Street?
Because we gotta be on, because guess what? You know why we on Front Street? Because we be on Front Street with all the foolishness we be doing online. But when it come to doing what God say, we don't want to be on Front Street. We'll do Satan's will on Front Street, but we don't want to do God's will on Front Street. Let's be on Front Street for real. We come here to...
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Because I came here and listened to the word and listen to what y'all was saying because I was listening back when I was walking.
You came here to hear the word?
And wait a minute, hold on. And I was like, yeah, he's talking good. But I didn't come here for you to start asking me questions.
Why not? Why not? If I was going to tell you how to get free weed, you would listen. But now I'm telling you how to do what God said and leave the weed alone, and now it's a problem. Read that.
Bring it out. 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. Be sober. Be vigilant.
Hey, sis, understand something, right? We're out here, we're reading the Bible, right? We're showing our people who they are in the scriptures and how we can fix our communities. Right. The reason why weed is such a topic that we're covering because it plagues our community. Right. It plagues the mind of our young men, our young women, and it destroys us. And we have to get to the root of the problem. Right. That's why we have to ask these questions. We have to have tough conversations about what happens in our neighborhoods, and we got to be honest with ourselves. Right. So just listen to the scripture. Go ahead.
1 Peter 5 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
Be sober. Be vigilant.
When you smoke weed, are you sober? Okay. God says we have to be sober and vigilant. You know what it means to be vigilant? So you can see, right? You got to pay attention to what's going on. You can't do that smoking weed. Read.
Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
If you knew you had enemies right around the corner plotting on you, would you walk towards where they're at? Now, when you hide, can you know who your enemies are? No, you can't, because you're not vigilant and sober. Right. Your mind is gone. Right. Did God create the black woman to get high? No, he didn't. So you got to put that down, let it go. You understand? So just stick around and listen. You too, my brother. Stick around and listen.
So that's all we're saying, sis. We love you.
I love you guys too, and I understand. I really do.
1 John, give me that in 1 John. I want to show you we love you. 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. We are actually showing y'all love that y'all have never experienced before, but guess what? We've been raised in a hate culture where if a nigga look at me, I'm gonna do something to him. I'm gonna down him. I'm gonna steal his chick. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. We raised in a hate culture so that when the love of God comes, we don't even recognize it. We're like, what the? Right. You hating? I don't even know what this is. Read.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
This for you too. We love you too. Over there creeping over on the side. Bring it out. Read.
For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments.
So it's a commandment to be sober. So imagine if you had that 100,000 and you went ahead and put 50 on a house, and then you had an extra 50 just in the bank sitting for you, waiting for your next investment. What position would you be in? Would you be in a better position or a worse position? You'd be in a better position. Right. Because guess what? The reason why you don't have that is because Satan's been at war with you since you was 12. Right. And you've been losing. Because you ain't had no guidance. You ain't have no war counsel. You ain't have no mentors above you to teach you how to move and how to maneuver and how to get up out of that sin. So guess what? That green, the lack of it has been your kryptonite.
Bring it out.
You've been smoking that green, which is your kryptonite.
Bring it out.
You understand? So are we gonna let that weed go? Or are we gonna?
I'm gonna say I'm gonna let it go right away, but I'll let it go for sure.
Give me that in Ciroc. What is that? 2517. Give me that Ciroc 2517.
Bring it out.
Because here's the thing, everything don't happen overnight. You didn't develop your weed tolerance and your weed habit overnight. You might have hit it one time. You
When I was young.
what's that one? I had it backwards. It's right 17, 24, 25.
Bring it out.
So you said that you developed the weed habit. Oh, so you smoking cigarettes. What does the box on them cigarettes say? Well, the warning, the Surgeon General warning.
Yeah, cancer.
Right. So do you love yourself if you put cancer to yourself?
Let me tell you something about that again. Now, like you said, don't take overnight. You can't do it overnight. Right?
But okay. So here's the thing. Because we can start now by throwing that cigarette away.
Bring it out.
So how is it? That's why it's not gonna happen overnight. It's because you over here trying to hold on to it. You gotta let the cigarette go.
Right.
You see that? Our people hate God's laws, and that's why he put us into slavery. That's why he got the police killing us in the streets. Go ahead. They got you comfortable with the world. And guess what? You're going to read this. You say, but are you going to start the path of putting down the weed and the cigarettes? Are you going to start that? Because it's really up to you.
I'm not finna lie. Like, I'm not finna
Don't lie.
feel keeping it 1,000. I don't know.
You
I
don't
get
know.
a stability place to stay in a housing situation, yeah, I might consider that.
But guess what? The weed is the reason why you don't have a place to stay.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Because if you had 100,000 in your
With weed.
pocket from not smoking the weed, and you had that financial
But how,
stability,
you said 100,000?
yes, from the age of 12 to now, that's how much you spent.
That's from the age of 12 to now. I actually had my own apartment before.
What
I mean,
happened?
when I was 18,
Yeah.
I went to jail. And it wasn't because
You
of
went to
weed.
jail. Where did you go to jail for?
I went to jail for what I did.
Was it stealing?
No.
You didn't kill nobody, right? We don't want.
Well, okay, about the weed, right? What's the hang up? What's the hold up for the weed?
Like, why do I hold on to it?
Yeah.
Because, like, just like you said, no father, that's like my father to me. Not like God, I'm not going to say it's like God. But for mission, when your parents could have been there for you, I
Yeah.
go to that, to talk to that.
Yeah.
I talk to God, don't get it wrong. I'm not saying that's my idol, I'm not saying it's nothing.
I understand what you're saying.
But I don't got a mom, I don't got a dad I can go to, I don't got a grandma I can go to. I don't got no little sister I can go to.
Yeah.
So I go to weed.
So-
I go to God though.
So, if you had parental figures physically around you right now and a support system around you, right? That would make you more inclined to put the weed away.
Right. If I had someone around me that actually knew about this and
Yes.
wasn't following the white man version of God, yes,
Right.
I would have put the weed there.
Okay, now, get that in Ecclesiastes 4:9.
Yep.
Now, that's good. You know, they say this is a safe space. You know, they say that in the white man's world. This is a safe space. So you can be open and talk with us like that, right?
Right.
Now, I'm glad you said that because watch what God says.
Bring it out.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
2 are better than 1.
So God says 2 is better than 1, right? 2 people are better than 1 person. Let's go explain why.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
Come on.
For if they fall,
If they fall, if you slip and fall, if you got problems, if you need help, if there's something in your life that you're missing, whatever that is, what does God say?
the one will lift up his fellow.
Now you have someone to lift up your fellow. Yes.
But I feel like now in this generation, how condemned it is, they don't do that. So that's why it manipulate my mind to thinking they're not going to do that for me.
Okay, now guess what?
It's 2025.
You see us all standing right here, right? We all come from different parts of the world. Africa, Mexico, Louisiana, whatever. But we come together under the banner of the Bible and we are supporting each other. We're a support system for each other. So what we're trying to say to you is now it's time for you to come on in, right? You don't need to go to the homeless shelter. You don't need to go to the government. If you got mental hangups, you should probably go see a psychiatrist or something and get medication. But honestly, the real medicine is here.
Right.
Because what we're showing you is, read it again.
But For if they fall,
if you fall, if you slip and fall and need support, or if you need some type of learning and guidance, what does God say?
the one will lift up his fellow.
We can lift you up because we have the answers out of the Bible, and we're going to give it to you. And then it's up to you to make your decisions. We're not going to make any decisions for you. We're just going to give you guidance on what you need. Same thing for, what's your name? Say again? Olivia? Olivia. Same thing for Olivia. Olivia needs support from the women. We're going to put her around other women that can do that. Is everyone that?
Yes, sir.
Read.
But woe to him that is alone.
But now God says, woe to him, you, when you're alone. When you're alone, you have the only thing you can turn to is weed, alcohol, sex, the streets. Like I read in that book. You alone, now you're looking for something to help you and teach you somewhere else. Because somebody had to show you weed, right? Someone introduced it to you at a young age. Someone told you that this was better than what you're getting in this life. But we're showing you that God is better than all of that, right? Now, go to 1 Timothy 5 and verse 1. I'm going to show you something because you talked about the fathers, right? Watch this. 1 Timothy 5 and 1.
Bring it out.
1 Timothy chapter 5 and verse 1.
Come on.
Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father.
So when you come into our congregation, is United in Christ, we have elder men around us, right? It says, entreat the elder men as your father figures, as your fathers, right? Read.
And the young men as brethren.
And then the young men like us, we're gonna be brothers unto you. We're gonna show you what it. We're not gonna disrespect you or talk down to you. We're gonna hold you accountable and hold you upright and keep you to the standard that God set for you. Because like we're showing you, you're an Israelite. You're the Israelites. You said you've been known for 8 months. That's still barely enough time. And what you're getting on the outside is not nearly comparable to what you get on the inside, where you can get it every day.
Right.
Right? Read.
The elder women as mothers.
And the elder women as mothers. Because we have women that, you know, are mothers and fathers that birthed us, but the women of in the congregation, they're gonna be the elders to us that we need. That real biblical nurturing they're gonna give us, and to our young women. Right? Read.
The younger as sisters with all purity.
And it said younger women as sisters. So in the congregation you have father, mother, brother, and sister. You got everything you need as far as family there.
Right.
Right? Now you just gotta come in and apply it. And then this is what's gonna help take your mind off that. You understand? Is there more than that? Proverbs 13 and 12. Proverbs 13, 12. Then this is what we're gonna give you, right? This is what we're gonna give you. And I'm praying that this is gonna give you the spirit to remove the weed out of your life. The weed, the alcohol, whatever it is, right? Watch this.
Proverbs chapter 13 and verse 12.
Bring it out.
Hope deferred maketh the heart sick.
So you just said you pick up the weed and smoke it because you don't got that family around you. That hope that's supposed to be in you is gone. It's making you a sick person. You're really sick. You're not all the way right. None of us here are all the way right because we're still trying to build that hope.
Right.
God said hope deferred makes a heart sick. Come on.
But when the desire cometh, it is a tree of life.
But now, when what you really desire is coming to you, the Bible says it's that tree of life. That real life and guidance that you need is now in you because you're getting what you really need. That clean glass of water that you've been lacking is going to be given to you when you have the Word of God brought to you in its proper form. You understand? All right.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.